Welcome, my friends, to the Far Post podcast back after a brief 1 week hiatus. Hopefully you noticed that we had a brief 1 week hiatus. We didn't have a show last week. Did you notice? I hope you did. I figured people were just kind of sick of seeing my face and hearing from me. It is what it is. It's been a long time you've had to stare at this face. So we wanted to give you a little bit of a break. I'm Jeff Lemieux. What's that?
I needed the break.
Yeah, I think it was 50% for Elizabeth, 50% for the fans. I'm a people pleaser, so if the best thing I can do is just take myself out of the mix, that's what I'm going to do. I'm Jeff Lemieux. I'll be hosting today's show. No one's sick of Elizabeth Pehota, obviously. She's joining me once again. Elizabeth, how you holding up? We were talking about it just before we started recording. We're in double digits at this point. This is week 10 of isolation.
It's crazy. I mean, I don't think I've had this much time with my family in a long time. It's like we all live together again from when we were growing up, and it's different when you're adults in the same household. It's very entertaining.
Like I say, I couldn't tell the way you said that. I couldn't tell whether that was a good thing or a bad thing. I've been with my family for a long time.
I think
it's a good thing or a bad thing?
Interpretation. No, they're great. We all keep each other entertained. A lot of card games. We try to make certain days special if someone has like a birthday or a special occasion. And I have my dog, and I just can't ask for enough cuddles with him because he's just so adorable and always makes me feel better.
All right, fair enough. Well, someone who always makes me feel better is our special guest today. Joining us on the Far Post podcast, Andrew Farrell. Andrew, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, guys? What's up? How's it going? How you guys holding up?
Man, we're doing all right. I want to ask you the same question. This is the first time I think I've talked to you live in 2.5 months. How you holding up?
First time I've seen you in 7 years, Jeff. No,
I know.
No, I'm holding up. I'm doing well. Trying to stay fit and entertained, and my competitive juices flowing as much as possible. I'm hoping to get back to play here soon, hopefully.
Yeah, we're going to talk about all that stuff. I got to ask how the family is doing, specifically how your parents are doing too, because Ruth and Hunter Farrell are two of the sweetest human beings I've ever met in my entire life. How are they doing?
Mom and Dad are doing well. They're doing well. I think it's been tough just kind of getting used to the quarantine, and they're very every time I drive back home and drive back with my girlfriend, and we stop in Pittsburgh always on the way back to Louisville. Every time they have stuff going on, like they have people coming over, they're going to different events. They're very social. And so I think that part of it, like not being able to see as many people as they like. And I think the first couple of weeks it was okay, but like now, like you said, 10 weeks in, it's like a little bit is tough, but they're holding and they're doing well. They're doing well.
Is this have you had a chance to see them at all? Is this the longest you've gone without seeing them for a long time?
It's probably the longest I've gone without seeing them. But we have a Saturday night Zoom every week.
Aww.
Yeah, every weekend. So we do it's first start with categories, and then we've done trivia, and then my dad always has like a question, like a question of the week, or I guess a question of the day, and he asks like one time, or we did two truths, one lie one time. And it was with my brother, his girlfriend, my sister, her fiance, me and my girlfriend, and then them. And so it's kind of fun. We just rotate things, but we always ask like a question that makes you think about like what's your greatest achievement, what's like different things, and it kind of makes you think. So it's like nice to like, or like what are you the most thankful for, stuff like that. And that's been nice to kind of think about in these tough times.
Andrew, when you're playing those types of games, I know that you're extremely competitive, as you mentioned earlier. Who's the game champion in those Saturday Zoom calls?
Yeah, so we did trivia, and my parents won that. We did a couple of rounds, but they're probably the best at it. We played categories. It was a toss up. We did two truths, one lie. Now I think me and Audrey did probably the best in that one, just like figuring out who was like doing the lies and whatnot. But it's hard because like it's like you're doing two truths, one lie with your family. It's like they should know like some of the stuff, so it's hard to figure out some stuff. So you could throw in like So it's been spread out, but it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun for sure.
Nice. I know you're staying in touch with the family. You've had a chance to at least kind of connect with them through this time. And I know even though you haven't been on the field or training, you've kind of stayed connected with fans via social media, which I feel like has just been an incredibly important platform for the past 10 weeks or so. So I know you've been on Instagram quite a bit, keeping people up to date on Instagram stories, and TikTok obviously is the huge thing now. And you've been heavily involved in that. Like when you're putting content together like that in a situation like this, is that designed primarily for keeping fans and friends kind of entertained with the content, or is it for you to take time to create the content and give yourself something to do?
It's probably a little bit of both. I think it's a lot. I mean, I like to, a lot of things I post is like I enjoy doing it. So it's like, I think it's probably to take up some of the time in the day, but also just to keep engaged with the fans. I think I know like I'm a big fan of watching sports, and like, I mean, they're kind of coming back, but like not having that has been like kind of a missing piece in my life. And so maybe being able to interact with fans and post stuff and let them see what I'm doing, what I'm sure we're going through the same thing. All of us are going through this together. So kind of doing whatever I can to, crank out some content and be able to interact and do that with the fans is also, I think, really important.
What's been your favorite TikTok that you've made so far?
Oh, well, my girlfriend's here now, so we have planned to do a lot of these TikToks. But so I've learned this is like the cop car. It's like a cop car dance. I think it's like Rockstar by the Baby, who sings it maybe. But we have like on a whiteboard in the kitchen of like the TikToks that were on the list. So I mean, I haven't necessarily done any like the trendy ones. I just post like videos that I've done, or I guess the one I posted of the outfits. That one is probably like my favorite one. But like I still haven't reached the surface of my TikTok potential, I think.
That's good to hear. So more content coming.
Yeah, for sure, 1,000%.
Couple follow-ups there. First of all, with the dances, like how much prep is going into learning a dance? How many times are you doing that off camera? How many times are you watching it to learn the dance before you actually get on and try the dance?
We practice a good amount. I mean, there's some dances I just don't think I could do, so I don't even try those. But there's some that I could probably kind of do. And the biggest bounce is like, am I going for the try hard? Like, I'm trying to get the moves down the right way, and it's like, oh, okay, wow, he's a good dancer. And that's like not. I'm like more like in between, where it's like he can do some of the moves, but like he's trying to be funny, and that's what I think I fit right in there. But we practice like every time we play the song. Oh, okay, let's practice. So it's like, so we practice a decent amount.
I have a hack that you might want if you're learning dances. There's a feature on it. If you go down to the bottom where you can slow it down. My sister just told me this like last night. And you can slow it down to like 1.5 times the speed. So you can like do it slower, and it makes you look so much faster. I was like, how are you so good at all these dances? She was like, I have a secret. And she just
okay, that's good to know, because I don't even know all the ins and outs of TikTok, so that's good. That's good to know.
I see. So you want people to see it and think he's having fun with this, but also not think he's a bad dancer. You want to hit that balance.
Exactly. It's like that.
Now you mentioned you don't want to come off like a tryhard, and one of the outfits that you had talked about in that TikTok, which ended up being, I think, the most popular TikTok that you put out, was the second year tryhard. And we've talked about this with a few of your teammates. Like when you're putting that together, and I know no one's ever going to name names. Like how specifically did you have guys in mind?
Oh,
you were doing specific
outfits. Yeah, 100%. There's guys over my past 7 years here that I'm like, okay, yeah. Like even I was like I was always in team gear like that. I mean, that's how I wasn't like I wore my team college stuff like on campus. That's what you had. Like it was easy to wear and stuff. But now I guess we've changed. So when we travel in like just civilian clothes. But before it was like team issued gear, and so but there would be like even till this day, there's sometimes when we travel like on planes or whatever, some guys still wear some rookie, some young guys out there. I'm not gonna name names, but still wear that Revs gear. So hey, I don't mind them revving it. It's just funny. I like to call him out a little bit.
Did you know that one was gonna hit when you put that out? Where you're like, I think this is gonna resonate.
I didn't know, to be honest. I was like, it's funny. Like I like kind of comedy, and I think it relates to like a lot of the like players in the league and like USL. Like a lot of my friends who play in the USL were like, that's funny. Just because like there's like those guys. There's like when the new contract hit or what, you got that bonus money coming in. Like you guys who spend the money on like just crazy clothes. It's just like, okay, yeah. The players are just all about business. You know, like Scotty Caldwell's, who always looks clean and sharp for the past 7 years. They're like, so there's like levels to it, and so I think it was a good thing. I think it hit with a lot of the different guys on the team.
I know another big focus, at least on social media, has been the piano skills and the keyboard. Obviously, you got the Quarantine Farrell 2020 account. You were on MLS Idol on the piano. I don't know. You said throughout the course of a normal MLS season, you're not on the keys that much. You don't have much time. Obviously, you've had a ton more time over the past 10 weeks. Like, how much have you felt like your piano skills have improved from 10 weeks ago to now?
Yeah, they're up there. Like I always like I lose it a little bit like when I don't play, because I literally just ordered the keyboard right as this happened. So like I didn't have a piano keyboard at the house, and so yeah, it's gotten way better, and like I can like pick up songs faster, but also I can like remember like all these like different songs. I can like before I could go for a couple weeks and play something, and then like I wouldn't be able to like remember like what the thing is. But if I just hit like that one note, I'm like, okay, that's it, and then just like I don't know, it just connects. So it's I don't know. I think my skills have gotten better, but they're not like where they need to be a super. But they're good. I mean, they're good enough for me. So that's what's important.
You've got a goal, though.
Andrew.
You've got a spot you want to get those skills to.
I really want to like, I mean, there's some songs that just like are really, really tough, and I can't get there right now. Like I can't, it'll take me a long, long time, and I'm not trying to like beat my head against the wall, but I'm happy where the level is right now.
Andrew, we chatted with head coach Bruce Arena last week. He didn't know that you played the piano prior to this. So he said that he was requesting a concert at some point in the near future. And he also said he's planning on asking you if you still play soccer when you guys get back.
That is a Bruce comment right there. Yeah, we'll have to see. Hopefully whenever we get back, I'll show him that I can still play some footy and also can play the piano.
Do you have any go-to artists whose songs you like to learn, or a bunch that you have learned?
Well, a lot of the songs that like, it depends, because there's some songs that are just like very hard to like, how do I describe it? They're like hard to play on, not hard to play on the piano, but just like hard to translate, like to show that I'm playing that song. Like some songs are very like, you have the chords and I don't like to learn that as much. I like to play like maybe like the hooks or like the chorus or whatever. So there's not necessarily like one artist I like, but Coldplay, I like Coldplay songs because those are very, when you're playing a Coldplay song. Ed Sheeran songs, but I only know one or two. But like any songs that I like listen to on the radio or like I like, and it's like, okay, maybe I can look into that. And yeah.
Like I say, I feel like even though you didn't have the keyboard until the start of isolation, there's been times throughout the course of the past 7 years where if we're on the road and we're in a team hotel, and all of a sudden somewhere in a lobby or a hallway somewhere, we start to hear a little Coldplay on the piano.
Yeah.
You know that there was a piano at the hotel. Farrell found it, and he's banging out a little Coldplay.
Yeah, a little Coldplay. I do like Coldplay. Yeah, this is true.
Now, right at the beginning of this isolation period, Wilfred Zayibo seemed like he was very, very confident. He ordered a keyboard. He documented the keyboard arriving. He documented his first day or so learning. And he seemed like he was super confident that by the time he came out of isolation, he was going to be on your level. And then he disappeared off the face of the earth with the keyboard. Yep. Like, what has he talked to you about this at all? What happened?
I knew this was going to happen. And I told Tio, I said, just wait. Give it 1 week, 2 weeks. He was. I mean, he was going full commitment. He had the tape with everything on. I was like, just give it 2 weeks, Teal. He's gonna burn out. It's not as it's not as easy to like, especially because I don't know if he can listen to like hear music and like play it. Like he can like, I think he was trying to do it like off YouTube and stuff like that, which is like a really good way to do it. But I was like, he's not gonna be able to do it. Like there's some things that I like do like that. I'm like, what am I doing? Like no, I'll go do something else. So I foresaw this. I saw this coming. Whatever. I saw this coming, and I mean, hopefully we can do a collab soon here. When we get back to normalcy, and maybe I can do some lessons, charge him for some lessons or something.
Now, did you hear from him at all on that, or did you just see like that first day update and then that was it? Nothing else from him?
Nothing else.
No?
Nada.
I'll talk.
Yeah.
I guess so.
I knew this was gonna happen, but.
Well, you've been using that to keep yourself occupied. Obviously, you've stuck with that, and I can relate to Zahibo because I have a guitar that's in my bedroom right now that I got, I don't know, 15 years ago. And when I wasn't Eric Clapton on day 2, I was like, this is dumb, and I put the guitar away. It's frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand. But another thing, obviously, that a lot of people this past weekend filled their time with was the return of the Bundesliga. We saw German soccer back in action. How invested in that were you? How did you watch any of the Bundesliga last weekend?
I did, yeah. I was pretty pumped to have, to watch it. Some good games, some entertaining games. It was weird, not seeing the fans, hearing the fans. But it was so good to just have sports back again.
What did you think of just kind of that entire situation? Because obviously that's kind of the reality of professional sports right now, not just soccer, but sports around the world. It's very likely that for a while that's what sports are going to look like. So how did you just kind of soak that in, the whole fact that it was in an empty stadium and you can kind of hear all the players on the field? Like, would you just kind of think of that whole setup?
Yeah, I think it's interesting because, I mean, I can only speak for myself, but I could play in front of one person, a million people, like 20. I still love to play, so like I want to play no matter what. And even watching it, it was obviously weird to watch, but I was loving the game the same. And I almost like it even more because it's kind of a teaching lesson for like especially younger players and even players like myself. When you're watching, you can hear how much communication is going on the field, like when there's no fans, and how it's just. I used to watch this, or I think one of our coaches showed us a video of. It was like England's national team playing like behind closed doors game, the national game, and it's just like they're just shouting the whole time. You always have to be communicating, and it's just like for younger players and younger fans of the game, it's just like that's such an aspect of the game that sometimes people forget. Like you have to be communicating on the field at all times, and so it's kind of cool to see. I mean, I knew about it, but it's just like cool to see like how much communication is still going on, and obviously high level play.
It's funny, we don't necessarily get that perspective because even for people like Elizabeth and I who are on preseason and we're at games where there's only 20 people watching the game, we get to kind of hear all that communication. Yeah. So it's not all that different for us, but that was one thing I saw was this past weekend, people saying, I love that I can hear everything the guys are saying on the field. I'm like, what? I guess that is cool. We get to do that occasionally.
Their perspectives then,
What did you think of? You mentioned the quality of play. I mean, considering the fact that they'd been out for 2 months, what did you think of the quality of play?
No, I mean I don't know exactly when they started training again, but I mean, really, I mean they're really, really obviously good players. But yeah, it was good. The quality of game was really good. Good scoring, good chances, good defending in some games. I mean, some games obviously some very good teams were on display this past weekend, but. It was good. I think the sub rule was good. Just I think it's important just because coming back, it's like it's hard to get into game shape even if you're like injured for a week and you have to come back. It's just like you've been trained. It's like it's hard to describe, but just you have to get back into that game shape. And I don't know how long they've been training for, but I mean it was pretty close to them being, you know, you don't want to get hurt. You don't want to push it all the way because then it's just like could ruin your season. But that's like a big. I think the five sub was really important. But yeah, I think the quality was really, really good.
Is there any particular German team that you're following? You just kind of watching the game.
I like Bayern. But that's obviously everybody likes because they're really, really good. And Dortmund's really good as well. I like following Alphonso Davies because his like trajectory. He's like a top five outside back in the world right now. It's like he's really, really good, and just I just like watching them play. They're just really good. So I like them a lot.
Someone asked that question on Twitter the other day. You know, how far away are we from saying Alphonso Davies is the best left back in the world? And you think about it for a second, you're like, no. And you're like, actually, he's in the conversation.
It's not that, yeah. And I think, yeah. He's only what? Is he 18, 19?
He's 19, I think.
Yeah. I mean, you can't see his face. And he's just got, over the past, whatever, since he left, he's gotten so much better. And even the past, since I last saw him play, he's he's the top. I'd say top five outside back and left back in the world. And he just started playing Bundesliga, 2 years ago? 1 year ago? I don't know.
It hasn't been long.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see how far he goes.
For you, just as a professional soccer player, how important was that mentally for you just to see professional soccer back on the field in whatever form it was on the field? Like, was that important for you just to see that, to kind of get things moving forward?
Yeah, I think it was important to see that just because knowing that it's going on, somewhere. I think there were some leagues that didn't even stop playing. Like, I think Belarus or I thought there's some leagues just didn't stop. But yeah, I think it was important to see, just knowing that, it'll get back at some point. And so, yeah, it was good to know that somewhere someone was enjoying the game, and hopefully they can get there as well.
Yeah, I know obviously you guys are looking to get back on the field as soon as possible. Obviously, over the course of the past couple of weeks, we've seen the individual trainings kind of start to roll through for a lot of teams in MLS. So how important has that been for you, too, just to see that the league is taking – it's a small step, it's an incredibly safe step, but it is that first step towards getting back on the field?
Yeah, I think the league has done a good job, and each team has, I think, done a good job in making sure that they're, abiding by CDC rules or this governor rules, state rules, all the rules. I mean, I don't think this would have been cleared in the states that they're doing it unless it had been, extra safe for the players and their families as well. And so, yeah, it's good to see that they're taking that into consideration. And obviously, with teams obviously opening up and being able to do individual trainings, we're hoping to get to that as well here soon. So, but yeah, it was good to see, just even though it's going to be obviously probably fitness and no pads with the teammates and all that stuff, it's just going to be good to be back and see, Gotti from 20 feet away and coaching staff and the trainers and, see all the different guys who are back.
How much have you been able to stay kind of connected with the guys? Obviously, you haven't been able to train together at all, but I'm assuming you've tried to kind of keep that camaraderie and that banter up as much as you kind of possibly can under the circumstances.
Yeah, we had a couple, group chats, and I play video games with a lot of the guys. So yeah, and I FaceTime. So I try to FaceTime like Penia and Luis a couple times a month, just to check in on them. I talk to them on the phone. I text them every day, but FaceTime those guys, Carlos and Gustavo, and I think I've talked to. I'm trying to think. At one point or another, I talked to everybody on the team, texted them or FaceTimed or WhatsApp FaceTimed or Zoom called. So I've talked to everybody just to see how they're doing and how their families are doing and check in on them and see how things are going.
Who's been the teammate that you've kept in closest contact with?
I'll probably say Teal. Because we play video games together, but probably Teal, Turner, Brandon, Scotty. This guy 4. Yeah, probably those 4. But I mean, but seriously, I've talked to so many different guys also. Like I text Kessler a lot. Right next, just different guys, Luis and Pania and Carlos and Gustavo. Yeah.
You mentioned Kessler and reminded me. I know there was a quote. It ended up getting a little bit of traction in an MLS soccer story where you said one day Henry Kessler is going to be a national team center back. Obviously, you've only been Henry Kessler's teammate for a few months. You only got to see him through 6-7 weeks of preseason and a couple of games. What was it that you saw from Henry Kessler in that limited amount of time on the field and off the field that made you say I think this kid's got a future?
I think, well, first of all, he's like prototype as a center back. He's got like the the length and like the long leg. He calls himself long legs. I call him Daddy Long Legs. But he's like the body type. He's got all the skills. Plays with both feet. Smart, really smart. Will get stuck in a tackle. Good in the air. Really good passing. Playing out of the back. Confident. But the biggest thing is just his work ethic. Like I think that's something that is very hard to. I mean, everybody on the team works hard. Let's get that. That's not a thing. But coming in as a rookie and being able to put the work in that he does, and like the concentration he has at all times and the focus, and he wants to get better. I think that plus his skill set is just. Well, I don't think he'll ever he sets the bar so high for himself. So I know that even the national team isn't even like his highest goal. I think he World Cup wants to play in Europe at some point. I think that's the type of kid he is, and very grounded and very humble, but also very confident in a good way and knows how good he is, which is a good thing. It's a scary thing also. But no, I think he's got all the talent and he's just driven, has that drive. And I think it probably comes from his parents and his whole background and all the coaches he's had, but he's a very driven kid.
Yeah, you mentioned that, I think.
I'm older.
What's that?
I said he's a driven kid. I'm 40 talking about him.
He's a kid to you, I guess.
Yeah,
I call everybody kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you mentioned the work ethic, and I think that was the first thing that I noticed was that willingness to learn and to take on information. And I think back to the first preseason game you guys played this year against the LA Galaxy. And Henry started that game, and I think within the first 15 minutes or so, I know you guys were trying to play a little bit of a higher line, and obviously you're trying to keep the line together. And there were 3 or 4 times in the first 15 minutes where Henry was 10 yards behind the line. And Bruce is Henry up.
Yeah.
And you thought for a second, in first 15 minutes, you're kind of Henry's been 10 yards behind the line 3 or 4 times. And that was it. He was told right then, you got to pay attention, you got to stay with the line. And then at no point through the rest of preseason was he behind the line. Yeah. And at that moment, that's when I was kind of all right, I think if this kid can take on information like that, his first preseason game, he might be okay.
Yeah. No, he's like a little sponge, but yeah, exactly.
At this point, you guys are obviously trying to keep yourselves as fit and ready as you can under the circumstances. So, with what you've been able to do, with what's been available to you at this point, how fit have you been able to keep yourselves, just I guess to kind of give fans a little bit of perspective about where guys are going to be once they can actually get back into kind of that actual work?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a good the training staff has done a good job. Jared and James and Gabriel have done a good job of sending us stuff that we need to be doing and stuff that we can be doing safely, going for runs at certain, and doing certain types of workouts that can build up our fitness, and doing I have a weight bench and stuff like that, so I can do core and weights and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I don't feel like the fittest I've ever been. It's not like I can. It's definitely going to be a drop. No one's going to be where they were 10 weeks ago. No, it's impossible. And I see a lot of NBA guys talking about game fitness is just very different than being able to run for 10 miles or whatever, 15 miles is very different. It's the stop and goes, the you have to run for a long time. Now you can, I don't know. So I've stayed pretty fit. I think with the workout that they've done, I've done everything they've asked us to do, and I feel good like they're doing everything. But I know it's gonna take a couple weeks to get to like that game fitness, and we have to probably play games also to get into that game fitness.
Yeah. So is there a sense that you're kind of coming in like? It sounds like it's not necessarily day one preseason. Is it like a couple weeks into preseason?
Yeah,
like
probably a couple weeks. Yeah, probably a couple weeks into preseason. Probably like a week or 2 weeks into preseason of fitness. So yeah, but it'll be different for other guys. Like some guys might do a little bit more. Some guys might have done a little bit less. But yeah, I don't know if I mean guys could play 90 minutes. Like that's not like a thing, but it would be yeah. I mean, I guess we'll see at some point. So that'll be, but good that teams are getting back to doing individual trainings and fitness. So that will kind of ramp up that process.
When you guys ultimately do start training together as a group, since you guys have been working out for the past 10 weeks by yourself, how seamless do you anticipate the transition will be to getting back into passing drills with people and back into play with them?
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting. I mean, I've been juggling and doing like dribbling stuff in the backyard. And the first time, because I like didn't do anything with the ball for like a week. There's a week and a half, and it was like juggling. I was like, what is going on? Like it was like kind of just like rusty. So I'm sure it'll be different. Like it'll be tough at first, like first couple of days to just kind of, or not first couple of days, but like first time you're passing the ball around, it'll feel weird for some guys and passing with somebody how they like the strength of the ball and your touch and stuff like that. But that will come in a couple of days. It'll come back, but it'll feel good to finally pass with somebody. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think the important thing probably for fans to understand, and that is unfortunately there's no real way to speed up that process.
No.
Like, you can't just go out and say, well, I'll work twice as hard this day and I'll put myself twice as far ahead. Like you just need to take the time to get back to where you need to be.
Exactly.
So you've been working out, you're trying to keep yourself ready. And I know another important part of all this has been obviously because you can't necessarily work out as much as you do during the course of a regular season. You guys are trying to eat as healthy as possible. Have you had any kind of go-to meals while you've been in isolation?
Go-to meals. I mean, I've been going to get sweet green delivered. It's like a salad like bar type restaurant type thing. But my girlfriend Audrey's here. She's been cooking. We've been eating really, really green. So it's been a good transition for me. But yeah, I don't know if I like go-to meal, but I've gotten a lot of sweet green salads. But yeah, now that she's here, like she like roasts a lot of veggies. So she does like roasted Brussels sprouts, carrots, sweet potatoes, broccoli. What's the white broccoli called?
Cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
I like that white broccoli. I knew what you were talking about.
Same.
Yeah. She got bok choy. I don't know what she's gonna do with that, but we're gonna do something with that probably here soon. So it's been since she's been here, it's been really, really good to have her here for company, but also for.
What's been your favorite dish she's made so far?
She made what did I have for the first time? Hold up, can I call her real quick? Can I ask her real quick? Hold up real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
These are the important questions.
He's not coming back.
Oh no.
This is it. Yeah, he's gone. He left us. He's been looking for an out for the entire show.
Does that chair light up or is it just blue?
Oh, the chair is blue.
Oh, it kind of looks like it lights up with this light.
Yeah, sorry about that. But she made flounder. First time I had flounder, and we had mashed sweet potatoes, and then Brussels sprouts. That was really good. Like the first time she came up, and that was really good. And I never had I usually just stick to salmon, for fish, but it was an interesting switch. But yeah.
Flounder's good, man.
Yeah. So.
All right, so we just got a good look at your gaming chair there, obviously, which we know based on social media you spent a lot of time in. So besides piano, besides TikTok, is the rest of your day pretty much Fortnite? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I've started to stream. I'm a Twitch affiliate right now, so I'm trying to get partner. But yeah, so And we have a lot of fans come in and support the stream, but it's been just I like the game, so like it's something I like to do, and then like interact with fans. So I'm trying to make it more interactive, like try to I don't know, just play with people. You know, it's like fun, and you get to a lot of my like friendships are on like online. It's it's not weird to say because I think people, I mean, dating sites, it's like that's like a
It's
thing.
2020.
Yeah, 2020. So a lot of stuff is online. So I've been on Twitch, Too Fast to Farrell at Twitch TV. I don't even know what the thing is, but yeah. So I game. This is my setup. I got a logo. So I had a fan make a logo for me. So it's like first reveal, first time people seeing it. But this is like, can you see it? It's like a.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's legit.
It's like legit. Yeah. So that's like yeah. So I'm trying to like get my stream all like touched up and whatnot. But yeah, so that's something I like to do and something like I'm learning how to do, and it's really fun to kind of learn how to do all these overlays and alerts and widgets and just a lot of lingo that I never knew about. So I'm trying to make it work. But yeah, I have 5 subscribers, so 5 people are paying $4.99 to watch me stream. So that's kind of cool. Which I don't care about this. Like I'm just doing it for fun because it's like fun to do. But it's cool to have.
So you're a 2-sport athlete. You are a professional gamer.
I mean, I guess so because I am a professional gamer now.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Your logo is like a fierce Bitmoji.
Yeah, I know it is.
On steroids.
It's intense.
I love it.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think it's like so funny, but yeah.
Yeah, what was your reaction the first time you saw that logo? Were you like, that was the first one? There was no like other iterations.
There was no
you settled on that?
one. So like I sent like there's this website called Fiverr, and you can like outsource like people like doing. It's crazy. That's like, I mean, obviously there's a lot of talented people who like, but this guy I think he's in Pakistan. And like he just was like, yeah, I've been chatting with him. He's like, it was like nighttime. He was like online. I was like, it says here, oh, he's on. So he's like, yeah, just give me what you roughly want. I had to send him like some pictures like from Google. And he's like, what do you think about this? And I was just like, this is so sick. But I didn't want to be like over like exact. I was like, oh, this looks great. Do you think you could like add like to say something? So, but he's like, we're still kind of working on different things, but I thought it was really cool. So. Yeah,
it's pretty legit.
Yeah, it's legit. So I'm trying to be more legit gamer.
Are you, as a professional gamer, entirely focused on Fortnite? Do you play any other games? Or are you like, you know what, this is what I need to be serious about. I'm all in on Fortnite. No,
I'll play. I do Fortnite. I play Destiny. I play Call of Duty, FIFA. I'll play anything. I mean, I'm into Fortnite right now. That's what a lot of my friends play. So that's what I'm playing, and that's probably what I'm the best at, even though it's not that good. But it's the one I have the most fun with right now. So that's what I'm kind of running with.
Andrew, I know you play a lot with your teammates too. And when we chatted, I think it was back in March about your Fortnite tournament, you mentioned that Fortnite is a way to stay competitive and keep that kind of vibe going. How important has it been for you to carry that with your teammates as well? Yeah, no, it's been good. It's been a lot of fun. And we're actually, Christian Roldan, he's also a streamer, part-time streamer, pro gamer, because he's like a partner with Twitch. But he hosts every Monday is MLS scrims. So it's like we play all drop in Fortnite. It's like only MLS and USL, and actually it's all soccer plays, but he calls it MLS scrims. But we get to play against each other. So it's like we're playing against Roldan, Walker Zimmerman, Turner's in there, Brandon, my friends from Louisville City play, some guys from Cincinnati, Salt Lake. Like every team has a couple guys who just jump in. So we compete. And I play with Tyler Polak, who's a former Revolution player. He plays in South Carolina, but in Greenville. But yeah, so it's like that's like super. Like we all have like a group chat. He sends out the code and people like talking there. Lee's in there. Lee's always talking the most smack. It's so fun to like you stay connected through video games. It's really fun. Who has the best banter? Who has the best banter of all in the MLS in the league? I mean, Walker Zimmerman's pretty funny. And there, Lee's got. I mean, it's not just banter. You don't want to give him credit, though. You don't want to give him credit. No, I don't. So cut that out.
No, I'd say like Walker, Roldan. Everybody's pretty funny. Turner's pretty has decent banter in there because he like knows those guys from the national team, so he feels more confident, saying stuff in that chat. But yeah, it's a good time.
In terms of level of gameplay, like where do you fall in the Fortnite hierarchy?
Okay, on the team, I'll give you the team right now. The guys who play on Fortnite on our team. This might be controversial. Because Brandon won the two tournaments. He like won the solos, and he won the duos or the team. But so it's Justin Renix is up top. Renix is the best. I haven't seen Dewan play or Tajon but I'd say Justin is top. And then I'd say it's probably either me or Brandon.
I figured you were going to be in there.
or maybe Butner plays too, and so does Diego. But I think I'm gonna go with Justin, me, Brandon, Diego, Turner, Diego, and then Butner's. It's those three. So it's like, yeah. And then the young guys. I don't know about anybody else, but yeah, Justin's the top. It doesn't really matter about anybody else.
I do remember when we talked to Diego about that tournament, the first tournament that had been played. I think it was before even you had hosted your tournament, and Brandon had won it. Diego seemed like he had a little bit of an issue with Brandon's strategy. He thought that he was. I don't know if parking the bus is the right analogy.
Yeah,
but that's what he did.
That's exactly it. Thank you, Jeff. That's exactly it. But hey, if it works, it works. I mean, 1-2 tournament, So I can't fault him. But
that was kind of my viewpoint. Again, I don't play Fortnite at all.
Yeah.
I don't really. But look, no one. If you go out and you get outplayed, but you win 1-0, you still won 1-0.
Yeah. You can. Right? I mean, anybody could do the same strategy, So, yeah.
I gotta ask, since it's one of the topics of the moment, and we're talking about two-sport athletes, and Michael Jordan was a two-sport athlete playing professional baseball. Did you watch The Last Dance? Like it seemed like the rest of the.
This is controversial because I watched like the first episode. And I haven't watched it.
Really?
Yeah, but it's not because I didn't like. I'll watch it some. I just was like, I'm gonna drag this all out. I'm gonna wait because I know. I mean, at the time I was like, oh, this is gonna be how long it's gonna take for us to whatever do this, and then like on the road trip, I don't like unless it's like I'm into the show right away. I like to spread it out. So. Very controversial. I know.
Yeah, what's funny is it's not something that if it had just been on during normal times, I don't know how into it I'd have been. It was the idea that it was like usually professional sports are for us. It was this shared experience where it felt like, okay, everybody's watching this at the same time. Everyone's tweeting about it. It just kind of felt like people were connected for a couple hours a week. And I think that's what it was for most people. I think that's all it really was.
Yeah,
but
I know. Yeah,
it was important.
I didn't tune in as much. I know people were. I mean, I'm sure I will watch it. It's not like I don't want to watch it. It's just like I'm sure it's like working on my stream or doing something else, and I don't know. I mean, it's not like I don't have time in the day to watch it. Watch it.
Well, the only thing I was going to ask about was there was kind of a controversial moment/storyline, and I can't remember if it was the 9th episode or the 10th episode, but I don't know how much you know about. Like, do you know the background on the Michael Jordan flu game?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you saw like the story in The Last Dance was, well, he didn't actually have the flu. It was food poisoning because they had ordered pizza the night before. It was like 11:30 at night, and they're in the hotel in Salt Lake City, and Michael wanted pizza. And he had his people in the room with him, and they could only find one pizza place that was open. They called a pizza place to order a pizza, and it got delivered to the room, and 5 guys showed up to deliver the pizza. So then, like Michael's, I don't know if it was his agent or like one of his guys.
Yeah.
It's like, this doesn't feel right. We don't like that 5 people delivered this pizza. So none of them wanted to eat the pizza. But then Michael ate the entire pizza himself, got food poisoning, and played the next night. And there are just a million questions that arose from this. Because one, why would the pizza place have known that they were delivering a pizza to Michael Jordan? Did they call up and say, hello, I am Michael Jordan? I would
no chance.
This place just happened in the moment to be like, you know what, let's poison the pizza and send it over there.
And let's send 5 guys with it too.
And then let's send 5 guys so we're totally inconspicuous about it.
Yeah.
everyone just kind of bought this story, and I was gonna get your take on it, but yeah, I think that was a big moment of controversy. Everyone was like, "Oh man, it was food poisoning." I was like, "Was it food poisoning though?"
Yeah, I don't know.
That doesn't sound right. Sorry that I bored you with that story.
No, I'm just tired. It's a long day.
We're getting towards the end. In terms of stuff that's on TV, I know this past weekend you were live tweeting that 2013 game against the LA Galaxy, the 5-0 win. NBC Sports Boston's been showing a bunch of the old Revs games. Have you watched any of those games? And my question is, I guess, when you do watch those old games, like when you watched that 2013 game, how much do you actually remember about those games? Like, how many details do you remember?
Yeah, there's not. I mean, I remember like the certain, like maybe bigger moments. Like I remember like the foul maybe that Donovan on me, and then like because my mom always talks about like, oh, you like helped you up and like slapped you in the face, and like that's a red card now. Like you can't slap people in the face unless you're a star, but then he probably wouldn't have gotten a red card because that's how it just works. And with Diego and Orlando and but anyways, yeah. So I remember that, and then like we played it quick, we scored. But some of the games I just don't remember too much. Just like I don't know, it's been a lot of games, Jeff. So
it's true. I did like after that particular play when you get fouled. It is pretty clear. I think it was Fotis Bazakos was the ref. He pretty clearly calls the foul and points that way. Like
yeah.
But Bruce, who was the LA Galaxy head coach at the time, was not happy.
Vivid. Oh my gosh, I love that. It was like just cutting to him. Come on, what is going on here? I can't do a Bruce Arena voice, but yeah.
That was you know, I will say the Reds got the best of Bruce when he was the Galaxy coach a few times, and he got the best of us a few times, unfortunately. But that's soccer, and now he's on our side. So best of luck to you, Bruce.
Yeah.
All right, we usually wrap up all of these podcasts with a little would you rather.
Okay.
So I got 5 would you rather questions for you.
Hit me.
To roll through. Some are soccer related, some are not soccer related. So here we go. 1, would you rather score a goal on a bicycle kick or clear a shot off the line with a bicycle kick?
Score a goal.
Yeah?
1,000%.
Have you ever scored on a bike? I feel like I've maybe asked you that question before.
I scored but high school practice, not on an official game. Yeah.
All right.
Why would you rather score?
Because I don't score that. I don't know. I think that would be the coolest. Like I would go insane. If you guys thought I went crazy when I scored my first goal, imagine if I scored a bicycle goal. I just run through the board. Like I wouldn't even jump over the board. I just run through it. Just run out the stadium.
15 different kinds of celebrations.
Yes, I would go insane if that happened.
So if you hit like Juan Agadelo's bike in the 2015 playoffs, you would spontaneously combust.
I just blow up. Just blow.
All right. Would you rather be able to fly or breathe underwater?
Fly.
I feel like anytime you throw flying in, it ends up being flying. But I thought breathing underwater that was an interesting one because I was like, oh.
No, I would do. I mean, breathing water would be cool. I just like if I could fly, then I don't have to fly in planes, and I'd be safe. You know.
that's actually true.
I could get places quicker. Yeah.
As much as you don't like flying on planes, you'd be totally fine.
Yeah, because I'm in control. You know what I'm saying? I got in control there. Yeah, 100%. I don't like it. Okay, I'll just go land. You know?
I feel like if you're flying too, you automatically feel like a superhero, which means you're invincible. So all the worries go away.
Yeah.
I think if you can fly, that to me officially does make you a superhero.
Yeah.
All right.
Fair.
I asked Michael Mansian this same question. As a defender, would you rather block a shot with your face or with your midsection, is what we'll call it?
My face.
Yeah, he said the same thing.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah, my face. Oh, yeah.
That is something, at least over the last 10 weeks, you haven't had to block a shot with your midsection.
You're right. You're very right.
Silver linings.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather have an annoying song stuck in your head forever or have an itch that you can't reach?
Annoying song forever.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, but
that makes me, annoying song forever.
I get like that having an annoying song stuck in your head forever would suck, but like those, if there's even like 30 seconds when you have an itch,
Yeah,
Can't scratch it. It's excruciating. Not excruciating.
yeah, but it's like
It
annoying.
sucks.
It's very, yeah, it's annoying.
All right. And this is a question I have also asked a lot of your teammates. Would you rather play in 100-degree heat or 20-degree cold?
20-degree cold.
Yeah, that has been – everyone has said the same thing immediately. I thought maybe someone on the team would rather play in heat, but it's just not.
Because you get warm. You get like start running, you'll get warm. Can't take your jersey off.
That's true. That's true. Not unless you score.
It's true.
And then get yellow carded. I do want to ask first before we let you go. Like when you moved, we got to see kind of behind you. We saw the Farrell jersey on the wall.
Yeah.
Like, do you have what do you have as kind of like your soccer setup on the wall?
So that's the jersey I used when I scored my first goal. That's I think my aunt made it for me. It's like a ticket for my first home game.
Oh.
No, actually, it's a Chicago game. No, it's the first home game. Like pictures from the first home game in 2013. There, and then that's like All America. I was All American at U of L. That's just like a little. I think a fan made that for me. It's like a little. It was like my card, but like from.
Nice.
Oh, it's a 24 on the 24 card. And then that's my sister. My sister made that. It's like just a dream big, like a collage board.
Aww.
And then that's so it's like, and then I got like awards there and there, and then like a gaming setup. And me. Yeah. So it's like the gaming room with that, and I have like a little blob there when I get I play too much and I just need to rest my eyes right down on the blob. Yeah.
And I know obviously you don't have room to hang everything up, but where do you have that the All-Star jersey when you played against Arsenal? Is that just in a closet somewhere?
It's in my closet with like all the jerseys. Yeah. I should probably
put that one framed up.
I want to put that up in a like a little one of the like that type of box. What do you call it? I don't know.
Shadow box?
Yeah, and also I have this ball. This is the one I need to get in the shadow box as well. This is the Montreal ball.
The
goal.
goal?
All the guys.
Oh.
So I gotta put this in like something and put it, up there.
Yeah, for sure.
So I got work to do still. So I guess I probably could have done that for past 2 weeks, but I didn't. So
you can try to do it in between your TikToks.
Yeah, TikToks and streaming. I got time, so I'll do it.
All right. Well, we'll let you get to your activities here and your
appreciate it.
All the different things you're going to do. I guess I just want to finish by saying, obviously, all the fans miss the guys. They miss seeing you on the field. I know you miss playing in front of them. Hopefully, it's going to be very soon that everybody has an opportunity to kind of watch some live soccer again. In the meantime, I know you haven't had a chance to connect with the fans too much other than social media. Do you just kind of have any message to the fans who obviously have kind of just been out there for the past 10 weeks just waiting for you guys to anxiously get back on the field?
Yeah, I'd say, obviously thanks for still supporting us and thanks for supporting us for so long, and hope everyone is staying safe and healthy and, and their families as well. And, soccer will be back soon. We'll be back soon, and I can't wait to see you guys at the stadium, hopefully in the near future.
Cool. Well, Andrew, thank you so much for taking the time, man. Really appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you on the field soon.
I know. Hopefully see you guys on the field soon as well. Hope you guys are staying safe and also with your families as well.
Thank you. Stay safe.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for watching. Stay safe to all the listeners out there as well. We'll see you soon.
See you guys.